It was the kind of morning that felt like a dream. A soft breeze danced through the trees, the clouds floated like marshmallows, and the golden sun smiled over Toonville. Birds sang cheerful tunes from tree branches, and the town sparkled with joy. Inside his charming red-roofed house, Mickey Mouse was just waking up. He yawned, stretched his arms high, and blinked at the sunshine peeking through his curtains. Pluto was curled up beside the bed, snoring gently. Mickey grinned. "Good morning, Pluto. I've got a feeling today's going to be full of fun." He dressed quickly in his favorite red shorts, bright yellow shoes, and white gloves. After brushing his teeth and fixing his ears, which never stayed flat in the morning, he stepped outside into the fresh air. Down the street, Goofy was trying to juggle 3 bananas while roller skating, and Donald Duck was yelling at a toaster that had launched his breakfast halfway across the yard. Just another normal day, Mickey laughed to himself, but just as he bent down to tie his shoe, a shadow passed over the town. The birds stopped singing. The sun dimmed slightly, and a sudden chill brushed Mickey's cheeks. From the sky came a loud, spiraling whoo. It was Oliver, the wisest owl in all of Toonville. He swooped down in a flurry of feathers, clutching a golden scroll in his talons. He landed with a little tumble. "Mickey. Urgent news. Terrible news." "What is it, Oliver?" Mickey asked. Helping him up, Oliver unrolled the scroll. It glowed faintly in the light. "The great star is gone. Disappeared. Vanished from the night sky." Mickey gasped. "You mean the big one? The one that lights up all the stars?" Oliver nodded gravely. "Without it, the night won't shine. The dreams of children everywhere might fade. Something is very wrong." Mickey looked up. Even in the daytime, he could tell something was missing. The sky didn't feel the same. He clenched his fists. "Then we need to find it." Right away, without wasting a moment, Mickey gathered his closest friends. Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Daisy, and Pluto all arrived quickly, each carrying a backpack and a curious look. Mickey stood on a rock under the storytelling tree and said, "Friends, the great star has vanished. If we don't find it, the skies will stay dark forever." Donald flapped his wings. "But how do we even find a missing star?" Goofy shrugged. "Maybe we ask the sky where it last saw it?" Minnie smiled gently. "We'll figure it out, together." They packed their supplies, flashlights, maps, walkie-talkies, plenty of snacks, cheese cubes, apple slices, popcorn, and Goofy's inflatable rubber ducky, just in case. Their first destination was the Whispering Woods, a magical forest just beyond the edge of Toonville. It was said that the trees there whispered secrets to those who listened closely. The trees grew taller and taller the deeper they went. Light sparkled on the mossy ground. Suddenly, a soft giggle echoed through the leaves. "Who's there?" Mickey called out. From behind a tree stepped a glowing creature the size of a football, with tiny wings, sparkly eyes, and a shimmering dress made of stardust. "I'm Twinkle," she said with a voice like a bell. "I'm a star sprite." "You're looking for the great star, aren't you?" Mickey's eyes widened. "You know about it?" Twinkle nodded. "I saw it fall. It didn't vanish, it was stolen." "Stolen?" everyone gasped. "Yes," Twinkle said, flying in circles. "By the shadow collector. He lives in the misty mountains. He gathers light to keep for himself. He thinks it makes him powerful. We have to stop him." Donald shouted. Twinkle handed Mickey a tiny glowing compass. "This will point you toward where the star fell. But beware, the journey is full of riddles and trickery." The gang thanked her, and the compass began to spin, pointing northeast toward the misty mountains. The team followed it past rivers that sang lullabies, hills that bounced like trampolines, and even a talking mushroom that sneezed glitter. As they walked through a valley of sleeping clouds, Goofy accidentally stepped on one. Poof! Everyone was suddenly floating. "We're flying," shouted Daisy. "Nope, just bouncing," Pluto barked, as they gently landed back on the path. Soon, the mountains came into view, tall, dark, and wrapped in mysterious fog. Lightning sparkled behind them, though no storm was heard. "That's it," Mickey whispered. The misty mountains loomed ahead like sleeping giants covered in blankets of fog. The air turned cooler, and the sky dimmed as the sun disappeared behind thick clouds. Mickey led the way, holding the glowing compass close to his heart. Every few steps, it shimmered and pointed toward a narrow path lined with glowing blue stones. "This must be the path to the shadow collector," said Minnie, wrapping her scarf a little tighter. The path twisted through tunnels and climbed steep slopes. They passed ancient carvings of forgotten creatures, silent waterfalls that sparkled like stars, and caves filled with glowing mushrooms that hummed gently. After hours of climbing, they reached a large stone gate shaped like a crescent moon. In the center, a riddle was carved. "To pass this gate of silent stone, speak the name that's widely known. He wears red shorts and yellow shoes, and brings the light when others lose." Everyone stared at the gate. Goofy scratched his head. Is it Santa Claus?" Donald rolled his eyes. "No, Goofy, it's obviously Mickey." Mickey stepped forward and said clearly, "Mickey Mouse." The gate trembled, and slowly opened with a soft creak. Inside was a spiral staircase that wound deep into the mountain. They carefully descended, their footsteps echoing. At the bottom, they entered a cavern so vast that it seemed to have no walls. In the middle stood a tall figure cloaked in swirling shadows, his face hidden behind a mask made of broken stars. "I see you've come," the shadow collector said, his voice like thunder and wind. "To steal back what now belongs to me. You stole the great star," Mickey shouted. "Give it back, the world needs it." "I need it more," the shadow collector roared. "I have lived in darkness too long. With the star, I am powerful. I am seen." Mickey stepped forward. "But you're not seen because of what you take. You're seen when you shine for others." The shadow collector froze. Minnie spoke gently, "You don't have to be alone in the dark." Daisy added, "Come out and be part of the world again." Even Donald, though a little nervous, said, "We'll be your friends, if you let the star go." The shadow collector trembled. The shadows around him began to ripple. Then, slowly, he lifted his hands. In his palms, glowing and warm, floated the great star, I didn't want to steal," he whispered. "I just wanted to feel special." "You are special," said Mickey, smiling. "Now let's bring light back, together." The shadow collector gently released the star. It floated upward, lighting the cavern with dazzling golden light. The shadows melted away. The fog above the mountains lifted. Then, the great star shot back into the sky with a soft whoosh, and suddenly the world sparkled again. As the great star soared back into the night sky, the whole mountain seemed to come alive with light. The shadows scattered, revealing bright colors and magical landscapes that no one had ever seen before. The misty mountains had been transformed. The trees were sparkling with stars, and the rivers shimmered like diamonds. It was as if the entire world had been given a second chance to shine. The shadow collector, now standing in the soft light, looked around in wonder. The mask that once covered his face was now gone, and his true form was revealed, a tall, elegant figure, shimmering with faint stars that floated around him like a constellation. I never imagined this," he whispered, looking at the glowing world around him. Mickey stepped forward and extended his hand. "You don't have to hide in darkness anymore. You can be part of the light, just like all of us." The shadow collector looked at Mickey's hand and then smiled, a small, genuine smile. "Thank you, Mickey. I'm sorry for what I did. I just didn't know how to shine without taking from others." Mickey grinned. "Everyone has a way to shine, even without stealing the light. Now that the star is back, we can all shine together." With that, the shadow collector stepped into the light, and something magical happened. He wasn't alone anymore. The creatures of the misty mountains, once hidden in shadows, came out to greet him. They had all been waiting for him to return to the light. Just like the rest of the world, Mickey and his friends returned to Toonville, where a huge celebration was waiting for them. The sky was filled with fireworks, and the stars twinkled brighter than ever before. The streets were lined with happy families and friends. As Mickey walked with Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Daisy, and Pluto, he couldn't help but smile. The great star had returned, and the world felt whole again. Pluto wagged his tail happily. Woof! What a day, huh, Mickey? Definitely, Pluto. Mickey laughed. We did it. We saved the day, and made a new friend in the process. The Shadow Collector, now called Stellar, joined the celebration, and for the first time, he didn't feel alone. He felt the warmth of friendship and the glow of the stars above. As the night grew darker and the fireworks faded, Mickey looked up at the twinkling sky. The great star shone brighter than ever, casting its golden glow over the world. Tonight, Mickey said, the stars are shining for all of us. And with that, everyone danced, laughed, and celebrated under the beautiful, sparkling sky. For in Toonville, the night would always shine brightly, because everyone knew that no one should ever be afraid to shine.